What led to the suspension of Gilbert Arenas? It was a moment that no one saw coming. During a heated dispute with a teammate, Arenas brought unloaded guns into the Washington Wizards locker room, turning a personal conflict into one of the most bizarre scandals in NBA history. All right, so let's rewind and really break down how things went down for Gilbert Arenas. It all started around Christmas Eve, 2009. Word got out on December 24th that Arenas had admitted to keeping unloaded guns in his locker at the Verizon Center. Yeah, actual firearms, stashed right in the team locker room. He ended up handing them over to team security, but the damage was already done. Not only did he break NBA rules about bringing guns into an arena, but he also ran straight into legal trouble with DC's strict gun laws. Then just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, it did. A few days later, reports came out that he and his teammate, Javaris Crittenton, had actually pulled guns on each other in the locker room during an argument over a gambling debt. That's when the DC police and U.S. Attorney's Office got involved, and things started unraveling fast. By mid-January, Arenas was officially charged with carrying an unlicensed pistol. Pretty serious stuff in DC. He pleaded guilty the very next day to a felony charge. On his 28th birthday, January 6th, he got hit with an indefinite suspension without pay. Well, during pre-game introductions before a game against the Sixers, Arenas thought it would be funny to point finger guns at his teammates, pretending to shoot them as if nothing serious had happened. That moment was it. Commissioner David Stern essentially said, "Yeah, no, this guy isn't fit to be on an NBA court right now," and made it clear that a lengthy suspension was coming. The Wizards were also unimpressed. They issued a statement deeming the entire stunt unacceptable, and a few weeks later, both Arenas and Crittenton were officially suspended for the remainder of the season following a conversation with Stern. Trying to do some damage control, Arenas wrote an open letter in the Washington Post on February 2nd, apologizing for everything, especially for making light of such a serious situation and letting down the young fans who looked up to him. But the legal consequences kept rolling in. On March 26th, he was sentenced to 2 years of probation and 30 days in a halfway house, which he started serving in April and finished in early May. It's crazy how one bad decision can completely turn everything around. Believe it or not, Arenas wasn't typically known for causing trouble. Quite the opposite, actually. Aside from this one wild incident, he had built a solid reputation. Despite a rough start and facing some tough challenges early on, he ultimately made a name for himself in a remarkable way. So what exactly were the challenges Arenas faced early on? Despite attracting serious interest from first-round and even lottery teams like the Celtics and Kings, he ended up slipping to the second round of the 2001 NBA draft. Why? According to Arenas, it was all due to some behind-the-scenes drama that affected his draft stock. He said he crushed his first pre-draft workout with Boston, but skipped the second to rest his Achilles for other tryouts. Celtics coach Jim O'Brien, apparently not a fan of that move, spread the word that Arenas was immature, and just like that, his first-round hopes were done. Golden State ended up grabbing him with the 31st pick, and that's when Arenas chose to wear the number 0, symbolizing the 0 minutes he was expected to play as a long shot from a small high school. His NBA start was slow. No points in his debut. First bucket didn't come until mid-January, but once he got going, he didn't look back. By the end of his rookie season, he was starting games and averaging nearly 11 points. The next year, he exploded, putting up 18.3 points a game, winning Most Improved Player, and even MVP of the rookie-sophomore game during All-Star Weekend. He had a crazy 33-game stretch averaging over 23 points and capped the season with a 41-point game against the Wizards, the same team that would soon make him their guy. After that season, Arenas hit free agency and reportedly flipped a coin to decide where to go. The Wizards won, offering him 6 years and $60 million. Golden State couldn't match it, and that led to the creation of the Gilbert Arenas rule to help teams keep promising second-rounders in the future. His first year in DC wasn't perfect. Nagging injuries held him back, but he still led the team in scoring and assists. Once healthy, he and Larry Hughes formed the league's top-scoring backcourt in 2004-05. Arenas made his first All-Star appearance and helped lead the Wizards to 45 wins and their first playoff spot in 8 years. He stepped up when it mattered too, hitting a clutch game winner at the buzzer to beat the Bulls in Game 5 of the first round. Washington went on to win the series, their first in over 20 years, before getting swept by a stacked Miami Heat team in round 2. Then moving forward to 2006, Arenas became even more of a household name. The fan site WizNuts.com jokingly gave him the nickname Agent Zero, and it stuck after Arenas loved it so much. That season, he was on fire, putting up 29.3 points, 6.1 assists, and 2 steals per game. Though he wasn't initially picked for the All-Star game, he made it as a replacement and even placed second in the three-point shootout. The Wizards finished the season with a 42-40 record, securing the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. Arenas also made headlines that offseason when he stated he'd take a pay cut to help the Wizards sign free agents, showing just how badly he wanted a championship with the team. One of his most unforgettable moments came during the 2006 playoffs when he nailed a jaw-dropping 40-foot jumper in a loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers. He then went on an absolute tear, scoring 54 points in a thrilling win over the Phoenix Suns. But it didn't stop there. In an overtime game against the Los Angeles Lakers, Arenas dropped 60 points, along with 8 rebounds and 8 assists, setting a Wizards franchise record that he shares with Bradley Beal. He also hit some clutch buzzer beaters that season, including one to beat the Milwaukee Bucks and another against the Utah Jazz. By February 2007, Arenas had earned his first All-Star start, edging out Vince Carter. However, things took a rough turn later in the season when Arenas tore his MCL. Despite the injury, he made a brief return in 2008, but after only playing 8 games, he was still dealing with lingering knee problems. By the 2008-09 season, Arenas was focused on his recovery and tried to get back to form, playing a few games, including a notable win against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Unfortunately, the Wizards were struggling, finishing the season with a terrible 19-63 record. Then came the infamous firearms incident, which led to a suspension that seemed to change everything for Arenas. He was away for a while, but when he returned for the 2010-11 season, he decided to switch things up, changing his jersey number from 0 to 9. He said it was his way of leaving the past behind him. At that point, he was still leading the Wizards with 17.3 points per game, but the team was struggling with a 6-18 record. On December 18, 2010, everything changed again. Arenas was traded to the Orlando Magic in exchange for Rashard Lewis. He was reunited with former Warriors teammate Jason Richardson, and in Orlando, he decided to wear number 1, honoring his favorite player, Penny Hardaway. Coming off the bench behind Jameer Nelson, Arenas contributed to the Magic's strong season, finishing with a 52-30 record and securing the 4th seed in the East. But in the playoffs, Orlando was eliminated in the first round by the Atlanta Hawks in 6 games. Then, after the 2011 NBA lockout, things took another turn. On December 9th, Arenas was waived by the Magic under the new amnesty clause, becoming the first player to be let go that way. He cleared waivers and was a free agent once again. During the lockout, Arenas stayed busy, even acting alongside former Wizards teammate Etan Thomas in a production of Our Town. In March 2012, Arenas landed with the Memphis Grizzlies, but his role remained the same, backup point guard to Mike Conley Jr. The Grizzlies had a solid season, finishing 41-25 and grabbing the 4th seed in the Western Conference. But their playoff run was short-lived as they were knocked out in the first round by the Los Angeles Clippers in a dramatic 7-game series. Arenas' final NBA appearance came in that Game 7 on May 13th, 2012. The Grizzlies lost to the Clippers 72-82, and Arenas played just 3 minutes, not registering any statistics. He was only 30 years old when he played his last game, and despite all the ups and downs, that was how Arenas' NBA career came to a close. And that wraps up our video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an update. We'll see you soon. Take care.